To this video today. This is gonna be the topic. Now, before I begin in explaining my whole thought process, I want to let you guys know that you can either take things professionally and do them in the most efficient way, or you can be a bit sloppy on the job. And what I mean by this, you have to know who you're competing against. So recently I did my study about quant trading, and if you look into it, the market you're competing in, you have people that have actually spent the 10 years studying mathematics, went to competitions, built algorithms, so the algo is trading against you. There's companies like Jane Street, which basically just an internship there, they're gonna pay you like 150 to 200k just to do an internship. So you have to know that you're competing in the most competitive marketplace in the whole world. So I suggest you guys to take things professionally, because there's sharks out there who literally don't care what you're doing. So you want to be as professional as possible and to do things in the most efficient way. So here's my thought process about it. And before I begin talking about today's topic, I want to let you know, if you want to learn more about myself, there's a free Discord, there's a free course, and also a Telegram and a newsletter. So they're all in the bio. I'm not gonna show anything else, so just go and check them out. Now, why routines and journaling matter? So it's really gonna help you with your trading, because it's gonna enhance your performance and you're gonna know what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. So general speaking, the success in trading comes from preparation, discipline, and review. And the only way to do that is via journaling. It's very simple, but you have to do it. I know it can be very time taking at some point, because you're gonna spend maybe 15-30 minutes just doing the whole journal process for a day, but it's definitely gonna help you, because you're gonna know what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Think about it. You can think about trades as investments, right? So even if you lose something, you can use it as a lesson, but the way you can use it as a lesson is only if you know what you did wrong. And the only way to know it is to reflect upon your decisions. One of the ways to reflect upon your decisions, simply put, is by journaling. So the first step in journaling should be a morning routine. So this is an example for myself. Every single morning when I do my pre-market journaling, this is what I include. And generally speaking, I like to look, specifically for Bitcoin, I like to look on the TPO charts, the VWAPs, intra or outer range liquidity, deviation pockets, etc. But this is not today's topic. I'm not gonna speak about what am I looking at on Bitcoin. This is gonna be about the journal, because everyone can build it in a different way, because we're different people, right? So generally speaking, you want to be looking into a research of the market. Is there any news that's gonna drive the market? How did Asia move the market throughout Nasdaq and BTC, let's say? You can have mental preparations for your goals and emotions, let's say. And generally speaking, you need to have a market outlook, a bias, and you need to have goals for your trades. What exactly you want to take, what exactly you don't want to take, what you want to see. Just be prepared for what's going to happen. You know, a lot of times I see people speaking, oh, if price goes to this box, I'm gonna long. If it goes down there, I'm gonna short. No, the way I do approach it, I mark out my points of interest, and once we reach them, I react to whatever data is coming in, because you don't know what's gonna happen. You could have aggressive sellers, aggressive buyers, passive sellers. It's really up to the market to decide, you know. So just be prepared to react at the levels you like to take. So this is just an example from what am I doing. Now, in terms of a pre-trade checklist, I do have a pre-trade checklist, and generally speaking, this is what it's about. And simply put, you analyze the market conditions, you do a risk assessment for the day, you set up the alerts and the trade parameters, and you need to be focused mentally. During my journey, I have had people which I have coached, which, let's say they have kids and they want to trade, and there's the kid next to them pulling their t-shirt or whatever. So when this happens, you're not focused, you're losing focus, you cannot trade in the most efficient way. The same way I began that video, there's sharks, there's people that don't care about you and they just want to make the money, being professional, etc. This is what this is about. You need to be focused in this craft, because it's very competitive, and as soon as you understand it's very competitive, as soon as you're gonna get better. In terms of trade execution, generally speaking, I execute my trades according to my plan. Of course, there can be a bit of a deviation, but generally speaking, I do it this way. And it's very simple in terms of trade execution. You do have a stop loss, you do have a risk reward, you do have take profits, and a real-time journaling. So this is what's included in my real-time journaling entry. Once I TP, I'll put another screenshot and then another screenshot to the next point of interest. That's it about the execution. It's very simple. And this is something very important, right? The post-market review. You can do everything before, but if you miss the post-market review, it's kind of fucked. So you need to know what worked and what didn't. You need to know how did you feel during the trade. You need to have the lessons which you learned, and you need to have plan for an improvement. So here's 2 prompts which I did put in. Did I follow my plan, and what can I improve tomorrow? Now, this is very simply said, but you need to do it. You need to add it to the journal. And something very simple which you can do, another prompt, what actionable step I can include for tomorrow. So this is something very simple which you can use. Yeah, so this is about the post-market review. You can do everything before, but if you miss the post-market review, you're not getting the lesson. So you need to get it in. And pretty much the key takeaways from this whole video, I'm gonna keep it very simple with you guys. So here's an example. Here's a couple of trades which I have taken over a weekend just for transparency purposes, and then on an account being evaluated. Now, the power of daily routine and journaling is gonna shoot you to success because there is no other way around it. You need to have consistency to get long-term results. And then generally, and not only generally, specifically, the journaling is gonna help you to improve. You need to have a structured day, and you need to have a clarity, and you have to remove the guesswork. And the way to do it is by journaling. So, speaking of which, down in the bio, you're gonna have a link for a trading checklist and journal. So just go check them out. They're free. I'm not charging anyone for them. There's a free community, and there's more upcoming videos and tutorials. So if you want to learn more, go and check them out. Thank you for watching. Show the best.